So good morning to all of you. I am Vibhu Swain, General Secretary of Indian Association of Energy Management Professionals, and this program, what we are doing today, is basically for knowledge sharing as well as for business networking, as well as for development of the market and for mutual business growth. So there will be a product presentations so that we can know about the product, and we have to know about little bit on technicalities, and as well as we should seek some business opportunities, some future business networking through these associations. So this is the model under 5P principle of Mission Sustainable India, which we tells that 5P are important, that is people, planet, peace, prosperity, and partnership. And you all know, we have published the vision document, and lot of good organizations are now partner to Mission Sustainable India, and it is being executed. Lot of implementing partner are there. IMP has already adopted. Trust is managing that, and we are continuing our good work for this 5P, that is people, planet, prosperity, partnership, and peace. Basically, we all know about SDG goals, and it is basically to transform our world so that it will be a better planet and no one will be left behind. And as you know, MSI is basically what is the nation or what is the state, what is the cities, what is the communities, what is the family, and the life we want. So it takes care of all the issues. And if you know the 17 goals, and we continue our good work, knowledge sharing, business networking for the people, for the planet, and taking care of all these 17 SDG goals, which we feel that we'll be able to achieve by 2030. And basically, our approach is a little bit different from SDG goal. In MSI, what we see that whatever we have narrated the vision document, and we have prepared an actionable time-bound vision document so that India will be in sustainable development path. And we feel that all this what we talk has to be aligned. Without a proper alignment, nothing what we see perhaps will not be achieved. So sustainability angle is such an angle that all the 5 P's has to be aligned, then anything will be sustainable. And we feel that there is a need for some structural changes in governance, bureaucracy, judiciary, education, and other domains. Without the structural changes, we feel that what is envisaged in the vision document perhaps will not be achieved. And we feel also that citizens who are the central pillar, we know 4 pillars, but we feel citizens are the central pillar of democracy, and they have to not only enjoy their rights, they have to discharge their duties also, so that there will be some structural changes in governance, bureaucracy, judiciary, and education, and then only all our action will be aligned with the 5P, and we'll be able to achieve Mission Sustainable India. So this is a thought, and we have elaborated all the chapters like sustainable water, sustainable transport, sustainable family, sustainable food, sustainable healthcare. So all the topics, almost 16 chapters are there, and it is continuously we are writing new chapters, and we continue our good work in different sustainable angle. Today we will be discussing on sustainable energy, and basically, you know, if you see National Solar Mission, the way the country is heading for renewable energy additions, still we feel that energy conservation has things, and we should have finalized short-term, medium-term, and long-term energy policy, and top priority should be given to energy conservation and energy efficiency, because that is in the bottommost pyramid, then energy efficiency, then renewable energy, and investment should happen in all the front, not only in improved coal-based power plant, having good technologies, so that to reduce the CO2 emissions, and also to reduce the SO2 emissions, and also nuclear power plant. And because only we don't feel that only renewable will be able to take care of our issues, and also we have to innovate major improvement for energy conversions, for energy generation and distribution and end use of energy. That means we have to have continuous improvement in distribution sectors. So today's topic will be on distribution transformers and what are the technology are available, that we will be discussing. And transformers is no doubt is one of the important part of distribution business or distribution of electricities. So I'll just briefly, I think Nikhil ji is there. He will elaborate the things on different type of transformers and what are his products. But I'll just briefly share you few knowledge. You all are stalwarts, good in your domain and good electrical engineer. You know all these things. So two transformer, power transformer, distribution transformer. You know that transformer should be placed close to the load centers and to reduce the distribution losses. And these are the two losses basically: no load loss, which is also known as core loss, history loss or eddy current loss, and also load loss, that is the copper loss. And this is the transformer loss curve vis-a-vis load. And you know, efficiency of transformer is in the range of 96 to 99, and optimal load for conventional transformer is 70%. That means if you see, there is a huge losses, maybe in the 4 to 1% or 1 to 4% losses. It is very minimum if you see, but if you see the number of transformer, number of MVA capacity, so if you can reduce little bit these losses in transformer, definitely by improvement of design or technologies, definitely we will achieve lot of energy conservation or efficiency in our electricity or distribution business. These are basically the few parameters on three-phase transformer losses, and depending upon the KVAs, what are the no load loss and load loss. And this is a typical example of CRGO core transformers. Definitely when you progress, note the technology of Pathak ji and his company, definitely we can able to compare how his product will be for us will be beneficial to be adopted. And you know how to calculate the total loss, and how to calculate total loss is basically how the loss is dependent upon the load. So these are the two formula. You are aware of that things. And you know there are two things we need to control, that is the voltage fluctuation control by using OLTC or offload tap changers. And we have heard about energy efficiency transformer, which is basically, if you see, sometimes a transformer is designed, over-designed, and it operates at 35% to 40% load, but we have studied that 70% load transformer are efficient. So there are few technology like amorphous material, metallic glass alloys has come forward, and in which it will be efficient at even at 35% of load, it can give a 98.5% efficiency. So in our audit report, we recommend this type of transformer where the load is a little bit less, and these are all dry type transformers and having amorphous metal cores. So this is one technology which we have already studied, and we will know about different technologies. And IMP, Indian Association of Energy Management Professionals, is very keen to disseminate this knowledge, disseminate these technologies. And we have a live member base of almost 370, and around 8,000 associates are throughout the company. So I request on behalf of IMP that you can be member of IMP by scanning this QR code, and online, or otherwise you can visit us in our social media, and you can become a life member of MSI IMP, and also take forward this mission Sustainable India. Now coming back to today's sessions, I hope these slides I'll definitely share with you all. And this is a brief background which I think I should give on MSI, on IMP, what we do, what is our action plan, and a little bit of context setting on transformer, so that it will be easier for Sri Pathak ji to take it forward. Now let me introduce you all Sri Nikhil Pathak. He's currently working as Assistant General Manager. He's looking after the national sales, and his company is Transfix India Private Limited. It is 100% owned subsidiary of Kahos Group, and Sri Pathak has wide range of experience in industries, in power generation, distributions, converter duty transformers, compact substation, LV and MV switch gears, sandwich board setup. So you talk about any recent advancement in technology in distribution or power distribution sectors, he has already worked. And today, what will be delivering? He will be delivering on a technology hermetically sealed corrugated fin types of distribution transformer, has low operational maintenance, and how that product will be good. And he will also share about his company background, how the technology has come to India, and how about his manufacturing facility. And he also describes his products and what are the quality and what are the specification of those products. This is not only a knowledge sharing session, this is also a session for business networking and for mutual business growth. So I hope he will also highlight how the member of IMP, freelance consultant, member of MSI, young entrepreneur can be a lead generator, energy auditor, how they can recommend this product, and how there can be some business opportunity for everybody to take his business or his manufacturing to different part of the country through our association, through our MSI professionals. Definitely PowerTech and IMP and our secretariat, our MSI team, definitely who are organizing this workshop will be will definitely bridge that gap between Pathakji and other who will be interested for this business. So I feel that we'll have a great sessions today. And what I'll suggest that Sri Pathak can showcase his products, share his presentations, and in between, if anybody has any doubt, he can put his queries in the chat box by introducing himself. And if Pathakji feels good, then he can answer that queries at that moment. Otherwise, after the end of the presentation, we'll have a detailed questions and our question and answer sessions in which we will discuss all the points. But kindly feel free to ask your question in the chat box, and I'll be moderating the sessions. And hope we'll have a great session today. And I expect everybody to join IMP and be a part of Mission Sustainable India. With this note, I close. Now, I welcome Sri Nikhil Pathak and his team to take over and the proceedings. Pathakji, please welcome.
Thank you, sir, for an excellent start of the meeting. It is really energetic, and thank you for briefing the various angles of Mission Sustainable India and your personal involvement in all those things. And being a part of PowerTech Consultant, we are thankful to you for organizing this meeting and the platform to share the technological advancements in the distribution transformers. And we are really looking forward to a great interactive session, I would say, because the interactive session only gives the result, and that is how the technology gets transferred to the everyone. So we'll start the meeting from our side, and we'll share the screen also. So welcome all the professionals from the industry, and thank you for joining from your valuable schedule of the, I would say, weekend, so that this weekend can be utilized for knowledge gaining and sharing purpose. So welcome you all, and very good morning to you. I am Nikhil Pathak, joined this meeting along with my team members. Especially, I am connected with my colleague, Mr. Sanjay Kolle. He is also having a wide experience of more than 25 years in the field of transformers alone. And he is basically from engineering department and handling the product management in our company. So I am, along with Mr. Sanjay Kolle, joined with my team, and we'll start this session. And first of all, we'll just brief you what we are having the establishments, what we have in India and globally. It will just take a few minutes, and then we'll move to the product presentation. So I'm happy to say that the journey of our company started before the Second World War, and then the from journey from 1910 to 22, there are a lot many things happened. It's a proud for us to be a part of a very old, a century-year-old organization internationally, and that is how we are now actively working in India also. Uh, so basically, Group Cahors is the name of the city located in France. It's a French company, and it's working in two different divisions and morely into the transformers, having a highest share of the group company turnover internationally. Uh, then we will just show you the factories. What we have is we have a factory in Toulon, which is Transfix, France, where we are manufacturing transformers up to 6.5 MVA. Then we have a substation factory. Then we have a switchgear factory. Then we have a factory in China also. Then we have a factory in Turkey, where we are manufacturing the transformers up to 100, 125 MVA, up to 170 kV class power transformers. And then we have a factory in Poland, which is manufacturing a dry type transformer and oil cooled transformer up to 4 MVA. And now this is the factory which is in India, which is located in Pune. And this factory is mainly producing the transformers from smallest of 25 kVA to a maximum capacity of 5 MVA. So this factory has established in 2011, and then formally inaugurated in 2012, and that is how the journey is going on for last 11-12 years. So this is the medium voltage division, and along with that we have a low voltage division. We have a electronic and a low voltage panel division also, which is also in France, called MAC. Then we have a EV chargers and electronic component vertical also in France, which is since 1985 it is working. Then we have a factory in Spain, which is talking about low voltage manufacturing panels. This is all for Europe, not for Asian market or Indian market. Then we have a factory in French colonies in Africa, which is in Morocco. It is also having a low voltage distribution panels. And we do have a gensets, which is become part of our company last year. So this is the latest development that we have in group company. So you can see right from transformers to low voltage panel to medium voltage switch gears to DG sets and to electronic components. So we have entirely into the electrical and electronics segment. So we have a diversification within the energy domain. This is very important, so that the diversification comprises in one window name. That is very important, and it is not only limited to France or Europe. It is globally being operated by us. So that is the great strength of our group company. So that becomes a part of our world map also. And now, just to give you the briefing in another 2 minutes, that Transfix India is a 100% subsidiary, as told by and shared by our Mr. Swine. So basically, this is formally inaugurated in 12, and we count every individual is a resource for the organization. So we are working a team of 600 years of experience together, which is talking and developing and delivering the very finest transformer that we are producing in our factory in India. So we are BIS approved and ISO 9000 factory. This is a world-class factory, which I am sure once you visit, you will understand more. As on today, we are working with more than 80% business in India, and we are doing around 20-25% deem export business. We have a sales and service support across the country, so that any part of the country is no barrier for us to reach in terms of product, services, or anything. So that I'm sure I understand the people from different part of the country have joined this session. So there should not be any apprehension about the services as well, because our installations are already there in more than 26 states of the country already. So we have a product range which is up to 5 MVA, and we are having a manufacturing capacity to produce around 1000 MVA transformer per year in terms of NVA. And in terms of capacity, it is in numbers, it is close to 2400, 2500 numbers transformers per year. So our installation credentials are, we have supplied more than 10,500 numbers of transformers from India, which contributes to an installed capacity of around 3,100 MVA plus. So these are the great figures. I'm sure you will understand the depth of our market share in India and global market. Especially we have a contribution for around 300 plus megawatt installations in a renewable vertical in India, because now India is venturing into the renewable sector very aggressively. And as of now, around 1.9 gigawatts installations has been done in renewable energy, especially in wind and solar. Out of this 1.9 gigawatts, 300 megawatts is owned by us. So it is also giving a strength that we are into for the renewable segment also, which is also part of Sustainable Mission India. And then quality perspective point of view, the experience point of view, our more than 65 ratings we have type tested in third-party NABL lab. So that is also gives the briefing that we are very validated supplier in terms of all the strength and credentials and technical validation that is done by the third-party laboratories. And of course, we are exporting to more than 25 countries in Africa and Europe. So it's also one of the strengths that we have delivered over a period of time. So this is the setup we have, and my colleague from Odisha is also there right now. This meeting, my colleague from Bangalore is also part of this meeting, and from Calcutta and from Pune and other locations. So this is how we are giving a support to entire organization in terms of sales and service support. And this is we are proud to be a part of WordMap as a product presence. We are working in all those countries for exporting the transformers. So this is very satisfactory, and even we want to do more in the coming future. So in terms of countries, these are the East Africa, West Africa, and the rest part of the world, which contributes to more than 25 countries where we are exporting the transformers on regular basis. So you can understand in quantity we are exporting. So there is no issue in the product performance itself. That's why the services complaints and other things are also very minimum. That's why we are having a more command on the initial sustainable approach only. And that is the reason we are working as a group company in more than 100 plus countries. That is the strength. So now our first briefing part is over, which has completed, I'm sure, in a very restricted timeline. And now we are starting the real discussions of the product, which is the technological enhancements in the transformer. So now we will start with the terminology called as non-seal transformer. So why the non-seal transformer has been named to the conservator type transformer? Because seal type of transformer is there. So that is the reason it is a non-seal transformer. This is also a terminology adopted in Bureau of Indian Standards, framing the different technologies while building the specification. So that is the reason that non-seal transformer we have. And this range we are not encouraging for a smaller capacities. However, minimum 1 MVA we are proposing for offering these non-seal transformers up to 5 MVA 33 kV class. So it can be a small power transformers for 5 MVA 33/11 and 3.3 6.6 kV as per the requirements of the customer. So this product line, we have type testing done up to 3.6 MVA, and BIS transformer range, what we have is 1 MVA to 2.5 MVA. I'm sure India is having all the voltage classes 3.6, 6.6, 11, 22, 33. So all these ratings we are covering for BIS standard also. Along with that, inverter duty, converter duty, furnace duty, auxiliary station transformer, HT transformers, multi-winding transformers, all different type of applications we are also catering. Along with that, we are also encouraging both the type of conductors, whether it is copper or aluminum, because globally, we being a global supplier, we have more exposure in aluminum wound transformers also, because in Europe, the cables are normally used with the aluminum, and the transformers, copper, and the transformers are used with the aluminum conductor. So this is what we have a more strength in terms of manufacturing and design to handle the aluminum conductor. And in India, largely the distribution sector is using the copper conductor, and renewable sector in India, they are also they are more into the aluminum uses. So we have a experience in both the conductors in terms of transformer offering. So this product line we are offering, which is type tested and well established in India. Now moving to our core strength of today's session, which is nothing but the hermetically sealed transformers. So the only difference is that we cannot offer the transformer beyond 3 MVA capacity, because then the corrugation availability and it is not getting feasible for capacities beyond 3 MVA due to the size constraint and the weight constraint. So we are offering minimum 25 kVA to 3 MVA up to 33 kV class. Rest all configurations are almost remains as it is in case of non-seal transformer. Now the 3 MVA, which is our highest capacity in this segment, the same is already been short circuit type tested in CPRI. So the designs are validated in all the down the line ranges. So this is also strength that we are delivering, which is type tested in NABL labs also, and the supply is also done in India and global market. Now let us understand the key features of the hermetically sealed technology, how it is elaborated and how it is spelled out. That is important to understand. So basically, we are offering the hermetically sealed transformer with the corrugated fins, and the sealing what we do is a bolted sealing. Alternatively, few manufacturers do offer the welded sealing, but we don't offer that, because bolted sealing also gives the accessibility for repairing. So our hermetically sealed transformers are also accessible and repairable. That is the good part of it. As long as it is bolted cover, in case of any troubleshoot, it will always have a open access for any troubleshoot repairing, as in case if it is required at site. Secondly, these hermetically sealed transformers, they are fully oil filled, and the oil fill happens in the vacuum chamber with the restricted atmospheric condition. Under vacuum chamber, the oil filling happens. So in other case, when we talk about fully oil filled, that also means the third line, that there is no air or no nitrogen gas cushion is filled. So basically, we are filling 100% oil. Secondly, we are not at all filling any gas, any inert gas or any air cushion above the oil, which is done by few manufacturers as per their technology and product line.
I will add one more thing here.
Mhm.
Since we are filling completely oil filled under vacuum, the all contraction and expansion will taken by corrugated fins.
Correct.
That is the major advantage for these hermetic sealed transformers compared to some other manufacturers providing some air cushion and or nitrogen gas cushion. In that case, this part will cover that contraction expansions of temperature rising inside the transformers.
Just to elaborate this, basically, I'm sure many people might be puzzling about the expansion area for the oil. So, as rightly said by Sanjay sir, is that the expansion of oil when it get heats up, it goes into the corrugated fins and corrugated fin expands, and it gives more area for the transformer to open up, and more area is given so that the extra volume of oil is equally accommodated and compensated within the all fins which comes with these corrugated fins. I will, in coming slides, I will show you the inner view of the corrugated tank so that you will understand more on this. So widely this is a French technology, make in India approach that we are following, which is nothing but the breathing free technology. So in a common words, we say hermetically sealed technology is nothing but the corrugated fin tank base bolted sealing with oil filling, 100% oil filling under vacuum conditions without adding any gas cushion. So it's a non-gas cushion transformer, breathing free approach with French technology, make in India concept. Because we have the factory located in Pune, so it is giving a make in India approach, and it is as I already said, it is accessible and repairable. And just to give you all the practical approach of this technology, these transformers are already they are already operational since 4 decades in Europe and most part of the Africa. And secondly, it is also operational in India since over a decade time. So what we can say is that they are highly popular and widely adopted by leading consultants, government agencies, and private projects in India also. And now let us understand the key features and value-added features of this technology. So here you can see there is no conservator in the transformer, and there is no breathing element because we say that it's a breathing-free technology. So it is restricting the contact of the oil with the external atmospheric condition. So whether it is summer or rainy season or winter season, in all the atmospheric conditions and weather condition, the transformer sustains, and it gives the concept of no contact with the external atmosphere. By doing that, we are avoiding the oxidation level of oil, and that is the reason the oil oxidation is restricted. That is the reason the BDV lowering goes very slow. As in case of the conventional transformer, we know that repeatedly the oil has to get filtered out every 1 or 2 years of intervals, and repeatedly the oil filtration has to be done. So by using this technology, we are going to avoid the oil contact with the external atmosphere, which will gives the healthy atmospheric condition to the insulating oil of the transformer, which will remains healthy for a longer time. And that is the reason the periodic operational cost that is being spent on the transformer to keep the oil healthy, that approach can be relaxed for a particular 5 years of time, because we are always suggesting that it is better not to keep a blind approach also in the operational service of the transformer. So that we are suggesting that hermetically sealed transformer, the sampling of the oil should be done at every interval of 5 years of time. It is also included in our operational and maintenance manual of the hermetically sealed transformers. So instead of every year headache of maintenance, we are confirming that the transformer can be operated for 5 years, and every 5 years of time, the timely sampling of the oil can be checked so that the BDV healthiness can be validated time to time. And in case of anything is by means of low loading factor or extreme atmospheric condition or no continuity of service of the transformer, because the manufacturer may not be aware in what condition the transformer is used. So in such cases, the periodic sampling is helping us to decide the action plan for the proportional maintenance if it is required. If everything is goes well, then things can taken for next 5 years with the same manner, and the things can be go as per the similar regular checkup. Then the next point is, it is also a leak-proof transformer because the corrugated fins, it is offered in a single homogeneous composite tank. This hermetically sealed transformer does not have any detachable element. So because it is completely factory fitted and there is no detachable part, as in case of the conventional transformer where the radiators are connected at site and the radiators are joined with the gasket locking and all those things. So that scenario is not there, whether it is 25 kVA transformer or it is a 3 MVA capacity of transformer. So because of that, there is no probability of leak-proof leakages in this transformer. So I'm not saying that the conventional transformer are always leaking. It depends on the build quality and the manufacturing process and the design standards of the particular manufacturer. However, the probability cannot be ignored in the case of any conventional transformer because of the detachable parts of the accessories like radiators and conservator and Buchholz relay and many other things. So whenever the more and more joint comes in the picture, the probability remains. So here we are talking about there is negligible probability of any oil leakages, and whatever we have supplied 10,000 plus transformers from our Indian factory, unless there is a force damage, we have not received any complaints about the leakages, because we are exporting, as you have seen already, to the different countries, and they are not so close, but they are very far. So in such cases, the product is very promising about the conformity towards the leak proofness, which we are testing every transformer in our factory. And unless the quality department confirms the transformer is leak proof, then only it is given to the logistic for the dispatch processes. Otherwise, anything is, even if there is a small or minor or hair crack possibility of leakages, that is solved in the factory itself. And we are ensuring that whichever the product is delivered in whichever the state or whichever the country will be a leak proof product.
Other than this, I will add one more point. What are the gaskets we are providing at top cover? That we are providing with gasket retainer and a nitrile cord we are using there. So as even with operation life of more than 15 years or 20 years also, that gasket may not be damaged because we are providing some retainers on that gasket, so as there will be no damages in gasket during operational life of the transformers. That is the major advantage of these hermetic sealed transformers, and we were not found any oil leakages from that covered point also.
Yes. So the next point is, it's a partial discharge free, because we must have seen in many times during our experience and career, the transformer suddenly fails even if it is working 4 years, 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, 13 years, 18 years, suddenly the failure happens. Why? Because the partial discharge developed because of the impurities and the weakness of the insulation, which is avoided in this case because the processes are so stronger during the manufacturing that the oil filling happens in a vacuum condition as it is written in a second line. Basically the enemy of any failure of transformer is nothing but the moisture, and the moisture weakens the insulation, and insulation weakens the whole insulation system of the
Yes.
transformers. So now when we are talking about the inner healthiness of the transformer, which will prevent the any partial discharges in the transformer, that's why we call it as a partial discharge free concept in the hermetically sealed design, and hence it offers the long life to the product. So first of all, it is a compact transformer. It is having low footprints. So the carbon footprints, we are talking about the green energy, sustainable energy, reduce the footprints, compactness, optimization. All these concepts are delivered in the hermetically sealed design. Secondly, the oxidation is avoided. Third is it's a leak proof. So it makes partial discharge free, and hence it gives the long life approach. So these are the key features of the hermetically sealed transformers. And then let us now understand the comparative statement, how it is differed. So as long as the as the manufacturers are concerned, we are offering both the type of transformers as you have already seen, and we are keeping it open to a customer to decide the best suitable product for their operation and of course their budget. So just to add a comparative statement, the product line of non-sealed is available up to 5 MVA and sealed up to 3 MVA. This goes in the breathing operation. Breathing means whenever the pressure goes down, the air is sucked by the transformer, and when the pressure is released with the oil and naturally the loading of the transformer and heat of the oil, the air is released from the transformer. So that is how the breathing operation happens in a conventional transformer. And in hermetically sealed design, the breathing does not happen. Because we are restricting the breathing of the transformer. Secondly, the left hand side you can see a non-sealed transformer comes with the detachable radiators. So final assembly of the transformer to be done at site. These need some 1 or 2 days for the installation, as in case of the 2.5 MVA or 3 MVA transformer. However, the corrugated transformer comes with the complete factory fitted approach. So it does not need any exclusive support for the installation. Only the general SOPs to be followed, the termination, control wiring, earthing, all those things are done. Then the transformer gets ready for charge. So the conventional transformer needs around 25,000, 30,000 rupees cost for the installation of the transformer at site, because we don't have to add not only to add the radiators, but also we have to filter the oil and then fill it in the transformer. So that is the reason the installation timelines also required, along with the marginal expenditure that is required. So in case of the sealed transformer, we can tell you practically, it is not only that the transformer is charged in a 1 month or 3 months or 6 months of the supply, but we have seen the transformers have actually charged more than 2 years and 3 years of the delivery at site, and still the transformer has been charged without any troubleshoot, without any oil filtration at site, and it has really delivered the features and the concept which has been transformed by our French company in India. So this is the technological ground level approach that we have already delivered. Because initially, I'll tell you, I am working this organization almost as a pilot member of the marketing and sales approach. So we had a tough time to place ourselves in the market, because the at one point of time you have to be competitive, which was very difficult because we were selling a very technological product, and the technology comes with the cost that we all know. So, and secondly, coming up with the international brand name, but new for the Indian market, it was also challenging initial period we had for the make acceptance and the technology acceptance, because people will always ask in India that who are your customers, where we have supplied, and what are your strength. If it is okay for Europe, but what is the strength in India? So today we are at a comfortable situation where we can say our market is well established, our product is well established, we have the corporate customers across the country, we have the installations in more than 26 states of the country, and more importantly, whosoever the customers have adopted and implemented the hermetically sealed transformers with us, they have remained associated with us for more than 7-8 years of association. So they have not gone to any other substitute product. So this is the technological grounds that we want to deliver to give a value-added technologies to the customer, because in any case, just for an example, if a customer wants a 2 MVA transformer and the average cost of the market is, for example, 40 lakh rupees. So customer in any case is going to spend 40 lakh rupees. But the idea is whether there's 40 lakhs, if it is becoming 42 or 44, and if he is getting a good product for a lifetime, it is not for the initial hassle only, not only to get the advantage of installation, low installation cost, but the operational cost also. Then any customer will always think twice before going to a conventional design. So this is what the advantages we are trying to deliver to every customer, and giving the sustainable approach throughout the distribution network of the Indian distribution energy sector, so that we should be habitual for taking the benefit of the technology and eliminate the unnecessary stretch in the process time, because it is also linked with the project targets and the commissioning schedules of the project. So this will definitely give a overall improvisation factor in the overall project segment. Now moving to the next point, we have already said that the oil sampling is to be done as a regular practice in India as per the CIG norms. Every 12 to 18 months, the sampling of conventional transformer has to be done, because periodically the healthiness need to be maintained as per factory license and the regular norms, compliances also. However, a seal type of transformers, we are confirming that oil sampling can be done within every 48 to 60 months. Every 4 to 5 years of interval, the oil sampling to be done, and then the proportional corrective action can be taken accordingly. So the transformer of non-seal design requires the preventive maintenance and repetitive oil filtration, which is a cost for any customer. Suppose any big steel plant and cement plant of any big customer like Birla or Bokaro Steel or any other customer, where they have to maintain 10 or 20 numbers of distribution transformer, then the cost of the maintenance itself is in lakhs of rupees.
Yes.
So this cost can be eliminated, and this cost can be optimized to a very negligible cost. So that's why we give the synthesis approach of conditional maintenance, because any minor working here and there can observe, because end of the day, the transformer has to be, it is to be taken care by the customer, by the utility maintenance team. So we say that the preventive maintenance is not required in this transformer. However, any conditional maintenance as per the conditions may have to be done as per the situations. So the conventional transformer is tested for leak test. However, I have already explained this point. The probability cannot be ignored. However, in sealed type of transformer, there is a very negligible probability of leakages. That's why we keep the transformer as a leak-proof design. And then accessories are there when it comes to conservator. The Buchholz relay comes, the MOG comes, PRV comes, OTI, WTI, and silica gel breather comes. However, in a seal type of transformer, since there is no conservator, so Buchholz relay is eliminated. So normally MOG is also eliminated. Then silica gel breather is also eliminated, and we are giving an integrated device which is nothing but the detection of gas and pressure. So detection of gas and pressure is a DGP relay. It is the combined approach for understanding the fault related to slow developing fault of Buchholz relay, gas-based operation, and pressure of the transformer, abnormality in the pressure.
I will add one more thing in this non-sealed converter transformers where silica gel breather we are providing. So we have to be very alert to check during preventive maintenance whether that silica gel becomes pink. If it is pink, and if somebody has not observed that, then moisture can enter inside the transformers during breathing, during the operation of transformers, and which will lead into maybe or drop down of BDV level of oil and subsequent damages to be observed in the transformers. It can happen. That's why it's very alert to check this preventive maintenance of all other parts in non-sealed transformers.
Yeah. And regarding the OLTC compatibility, both the type of transformers are compatible with all the type of OLTCs that we are using, and it is compatible with mineral oil also and ester oil also. So that way, the both technologies are at par. Only there is a key differences are there which we have already discussed. Now this is the inner view of the corrugated tank. So now you can see, instead of 3 inches opening pipe and the multiple radiators for the cooling, you can see that every fin of the transformer is open from inside, so that the multiple cooling ducts with the larger surface area is given for the cooling of the transformer. So at any given point of time, the temperature rise values are always within the limits, because the oil remains on the air surface of the transformer, and it gives the continuous support for the cooling. And secondly, in conventional transformer, oil goes out from the top outlet pipe, drop down into the radiators, and from the bottom of the pipe it comes inside after it gets cooled down, so that oil has to follow the travel path from top to bottom. However, in the corrugated transformer, in the hermetically sealed transformer, oil has a horizontal axis. So oil does not require to follow the path of going top and coming down from the bottom. Since it is open throughout the height, the oil gets cooled down instantly with the larger surface area for cooling. So this is the point what we explain. There is these corrugated fins are designed in such a way that they will facilitate the expansion and contraction of the oil by means of opening and giving some bulging approach, and they will also come to a standstill once the temperature goes down and the load goes down of the transformer. So all these process we are doing in our factory while leakage and pressure test of the oil, so that whatever the condition happens at site, we bring that condition in the factory and we test every tank before oil filling also and after oil filling also, and every transformer is tested independently so that any surprises should not be faced by the customer at site. So this is the technological advancement and core expertise that we have in the seal type of transformer. So just to give you the on-site practical feel of the product, how does it look at the site? So this is the 2.5 MVA capacity with the LT side cable box. You can see this transformer, you may not believe that this is 7-year-old installation, 2.5 MVA capacity, and we have not maintained and we have not done anything on this. You can see it is entirely dry surface, nicely maintained. There is no issue, and on a very low platform foundation, the 2.5 MVA installation is done for 22 kV capacity. And the right hand side is the 2.5 MVA 33 kV transformer with the low voltage cable box termination, and this is busbar plug termination, and this side is the cable box termination. So this is from the heavy industries. The installations are there with OLTC, and these are the installations in utility also we have done in India. So these are the pole mounted or foundation on the foundation. These transformers are kept in the utility network of India. So I think the technological part we have cleared as of now. What we feel that we can also wait for 5 minutes in case of any query in the technological part, because after this we are moving to the second segment of voltage fluctuation. So if the primary first part is cleared, then we can go to the second segment of fluctuations and how to overcome the fluctuations.
Pathanji, there are few queries in the chat box.
Okay.
That Mr. Tapas Rai is actually asking whether you manufacture VPI transformers with Nomex insulations.
Tapas Rai, yeah. In hermetically sealed transformer of division, what is the maximum pressure developed inside the transformer? What sort of protection you provide? Achha, you are asking the second question below that.
Yes. There are few queries which I'll like to take. Do you manufacture VPI transformers with Nomex insulations?
No, basically, VPI type of transformer are part of a dry type transformer. So basically, dry type transformers we are not manufacturing in India. Secondly, VPI type of transformers are also need a very the utmost care. So the VPI transformers, they are economical dry type transformers. However, the manufacturing is very, very complex and critical, and it is depending on the setup and the care taken by the manufacturer. So if you, of course, just to address this point, we are not manufacturing, that is separate thing. But VPI type of transformers, the share of 100% dry type transformer installations, the VPI share is not more than 10 to 15% maximum.
Yes.
Because the cast resin transformers are very popular in terms of dry type transformer, and VPI is the economical approach. Again, it's a product is successful as long as it is manufactured in the right spirit. So that is the difference.
Okay. Now, do you think that this tank breathing free technology, why it has to be imported from French? This technology cannot be of Indian, or why basically Umesh Chandra Misra ji asked? Any explanation that this is a tank breathing free technology? What do you mean by that? The fin are different type, or the alloy is different, or it can expand. You want to highlight certain things on that?
Yes. So I'll highlight this point. Just give me 2 minutes because we have a very.
What I can understand, it is a fin which can expand. So there has to be some alloys will be there. So that's why the technology is being imported. And
No, it's technology. It is transferred to India. See, basically, the simplified question is, the technology is something which has to be developed with the continuous R&D approach. Like there are many technologies which is coming from Germany, from Japan. Like, for example, in automobile, the technology is coming from Japan. In many cases, we have German technologies for different products. So basically, our company has been into the medium voltage transformers manufacturing since ages. And the idea what we know is that the service approach is very restricted in Europe, as in case of India, because India there are population is so high that we get services for everything. But in Europe, it is very difficult to maintain the transformers as a recurring preventive maintenance. Secondly, the Europe also has extreme weather conditions, as in case of few geographical areas of India. For example, Himachal and the Jammu Kashmir and Leh and Ladakh, they are having extreme weather conditions. So normal transformer is not possible to install in these restricted areas. For example, now we are handling a tender of Ukraine, because Ukraine is trying to get rebuilt because the power supply has been collapsed in the war scenario, and they want to rebuild the transformer. So their requirement is that the transformer should sustain with the temperature of -50°. And plus side, they have a temperature of around 35°. So idea is that it is not only the the common transformer cannot be useful at every place. So there is no second option but to go with the hermetically sealed transformer. Secondly, the non-gas cushion transformers are only required in such scenario. And the grade of oil that we have to go, it is again a very special grade of oil. I think we can...
Nitro
is
11JX oil we have to use.
Correct.
For that specific ambient conditions, and at the same time for that negative ambient temperature -50°C, that what are the CRC sheets we have to use, that is also of a specific grade. It's basically depends on weather conditions.
Yeah. So basically, idea is that this technology has been transferred by our French company, because they have validated entirely the technology, and after getting a core on-ground experience for last 3 to 4 decades in Europe, the technology has been transferred to India. The factory what we have today, it is a there was a plain land which was purchased by the company. The factory has been established. The infrastructure has been established by our company. The entire setup is done as per the French setup in Europe, and the technology has been transferred. Initially, we had French people in our factory for the engineering alignment, processing alignment, industrialization alignment. Once the company come in the autonomous approach, then the Indian part has taken over for the continuity of the alignments that is been adopted to us. So this is how we are adopted, and we are now growing with this technological support to Indian market.
okay.
Nikhilji, I have a question. I am Anil Goswami from Ambuja, Rabdewas.
Okay.
We are planning to purchase this 1600 kV transformer.
Okay.
I just want to know 2 things. One is what is the price variation between this conventional transformer and this hermetically transformer?
Okay.
And
So-
yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Anything else?
Secondly, you have mentioned in your slides that this needs oil sampling in every 48 to 60 months.
Yes.
My question is that you have mentioned that these transformers are oil filled with vacuum.
Yes, yes.
Now, in case of oil sampling, what will happen for this vacuum? Whether we have to again re-inject the vacuum or something else is
No,
required?
no. No, I think we have to still see the infrastructure of our factory, which will address your point in detail. But I'll just brief you. First question is that the difference between our non-sealed transformer to our sealed transformer. Why I'm specifically using both the places our, because conventional transformer of ABC manufacturer and our conventional transformer can also vary some sort of rate. So that is always there because the market has a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 manufacturer. So it will always vary the comparative commercials. However, there is not more than 5 to 8% is the difference between the sealed or non-sealed transformer. It varies as per the sizing and capacities also, because the smaller transformers are different, and 1.6 MVA could be in the tune of say 6 to 8%, not more than that.
And regarding the second question on taking the samples, how it will be airtight in case of sampling?
Now what happens? Every 4 to 5 months, so in a span of 20 years, you are going to draw the oil, say 3 to 400 ml per attempt maximum, and you are not going to draw more than 2 liters of oil in a capacity of for 1.6 MVA, it could be around 12 to 1300 liters.
Yeah.
Right. So normally when we fill the oil, it is under vacuum chamber. It is under vacuum conditions. And when you open the sample wall for procedural time of 5 to 10 minutes every interval of 5 years, the pressure is always at the down, and the soon you open the sample wall, you get the oil. So there is no question of something goes inside, or there is no question of reducing the vacuum also. Why the vacuum chamber is required? Because the oil is directly like you know the petrol gun is there. So the petrol gun is directly kept inside the nozzle of the fuel tank of the car. So the same way we have the vacuum chamber with the oil filling gun, which is inserted in the transformer nozzle pocket of the oil filling pocket, and the oil is filled in an automated system that will come in the upcoming slides. And once there is a sensor is also connected, as in case of the petrol or diesel sensor, when the oil touches to that nozzle, it opens the circuit, oil filling stops, and then we are stopping the oil filling manually and taking out the transformer from the vacuum chamber, and just finishing the job and shifting the transformer from vacuum chamber to leakage test. So in this case, in this operational scenario, nothing is going to happen to the transformer, as in case of vacuum disturbing or something. It is not going to happen like that, because the transformer oil tank, when in place of vacuum chamber, there won't be anything in the transformer tank, neither moisture, neither oxygen, neither air bubbles, nothing. So the vacuum is created to keep it entirely no existence situation, and the oil filling starts in the tank, so that the vacuum area is replaced by the oil, and then it becomes 100% oil. That is the difference.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
Now,
sir.
there are a few queries. Mr. Tapas Rai is also one of the queries that now, in case of short circuit or some, there might be some explosions. And in that case, if in case the pressure builds up, what is the protections you provide for any internal fault of transformers, or do you have any pressure gauge? Similarly, do you have any explosion vent which has been there? That is a question by Tanmay, Sri Tanmay, and so you would like to answer that.
Yeah, I can read that. It's a very good question. So the first reaction to this question is any and every transformer of oil cool has to have a pressure gauge, otherwise it will become a bomb. So, so we do have a pressure gauge in our transformer. We are using we are giving two options to handle the abnormal pressure in the transformer. One is the manual pressure, which is having a mechanical gauge. I mean the float, it will have a float as in case of normal transformer. So the manual pressure gauge is given what we called it as a pressure relief valve or a pressure relief device, manually operated. So it will have a pressure gauge and it will operate if the designated pressure is crossed. I think we are keeping 0.5
0.15 kg per second.
0.15
kg per second square.
0.15 kg, that preset values we are keeping as a standard, which is crossed, and then it will open up and the oil is explode to the atmosphere. Secondly, for electrical tripping of the ST breaker, we are using the detection of gas and pressure. This is what I explained during the accessories part of the comparative statement, so that I think my screen is still shared, no?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So here you will find the detection of gas and pressure. This is always there. So detection of gas and pressure is giving the support for slow developing fault, which is sensed by Buchholz relay, and pressure relief valve, which is a part of pressure gauge. So this integrated device will take care of electrical tripping of the transformer and isolate it from the supply, and the manual gauge will open up and explode the oil in case of any abnormality and short circuit conditions in the transformer. So in both the cases, the extreme accidents will be prevented and the oil will be open up and the pressures will be released.
Okay, fair enough. That means the next question, Paras, will be answered by Mr. Tanmay. He has asked that whether, since it is oil sealed, do you recommend nitrogen fire protection systems is required? Because if you see the guideline of CEA, electricity safety rules and regulations, all the substations should have nitrogen fire protection also, particularly for oil protections or transformers, oil pit, soak pit. Do you recommend it is also required?
See, basically, this is a different chapter altogether. What subject we are handling, it is a product oriented. Now we are talking about the product installations at site and what are the requirements for the seal type of transformer installation. So first of all, we are not encouraging to deviate from any rules of CEA. So Chief Electricity Authority has already defined the installation norms. So we are not recommending or supporting the deviations in the guidelines. Secondly, the nitrogen fire protection system, nitrogen injection fire protection system, they are always encouraged to go beyond 2 kL of oil presence in the transformer. So whichever the transformer capacity is gone beyond 2 kL, either there is a sprinkler system is also there is an option, or a nitrogen injection fire protection system can be used. So it depends on the budget, installations, and the overall project scenario of the customer. So we are not talking, and the hermetically sealed technology cannot be linked with the any options, substitutes, or compliances of the site. It is a one-to-one benefits and the differences that we are talking about within the product to product segment.
Okay.
Because you need the.
So that means you don't recommend, and whether it is hermetically sealed or in normal conventional transformers, the CEA regulation has to be intact, and we have to follow. More safety is required, and we in IMT promote electrical safety. Our stalwart Dr. Rajesh Arora, because a lot of safety awareness is not there. So safety you should not compromise whenever you have any, because there are other fire hazards may occur at any time. Accident is always an accident. So
Yes.
coming to another next question, Mr. Tapas, and how is the carbon footprint is less to conventional transformers? What are the steps incorporated in your design? Yes, of course, due to lesser utilization of tank and iron, definitely you will be reducing your carbon footprint of manufacturing, what I can understand.
Yes,
Then
yes.
Mr. Tanmay also has asked how losses can be compared with normal type of transformers. And you can also address at what operating load this transformer operate at maximum efficiency. Like dry transformer, they operate at 35% of load at optimal efficiency. So what is your tentative losses? Because cost is almost 8%, 6% to 8% is higher. So can you elaborate on that? Losses and what is the optimal loading?
Yes. First of all, regarding loading of the transformer, I would like to make a very bold statement. The load of the transformer, when we are talking about any capacity of the load, then the load should be there. I mean, the capacity should able to deliver that particular load or the capacity which is defined. For example, if 1000 kVA transformer is there, many places it is observed that people are talking about 80% or 70% loading. So a capacity has to be a capacity. A capacity cannot be 80%. I mean, the fuel tank capacity in the car, if it is carrying say 40 liters of fuel, then we cannot say that 40 KL, 40 liter capacity of tank can only accommodate 35 liters. Then we are not having a right scale or the right definition. So we are empowered to say that 100% capacity of transformer can be delivered 100% power. It has to be rather, provided you maintain your power factor, you maintain your product, you maintain your safety norms, you maintain your temperature gauges, you maintain your breaker and all those things. Now, only the precaution wise, if we are saying that ideal curve of load versus life cycle is there, it's an IDMT curve. So when we talk about a sustainable approach for anything, so when we talk about the better life cycle curve to the transformer, then the 80 to 90% loading can be an average out maximum capacity which can be placed. So थोड़ा गड़बड़ अगर हो जाता है पावर फैक्टर में यहाँ वहाँ पे, so we will not stretch it to the 100% surplus capacity. So that is the only difference we have to understand. So every transformer should be happily able to move up to 100% capacity. Otherwise, what happens? There are many unethical practices happen. The supply itself happens of 80% capacity transformer with the 100% capacity of order. So
Pathak ji, ये question थोड़ा different है. Because if you see losses vis-a-vis loading, the conventional transformers efficiency is maximum at 70% of load. So the point is that the question is what load your transformer will be having maximum efficiency, and how the efficiency difference in efficiency between conventional and your transformers, or it remains.
Actually, efficiency, maximum efficiency of any transformer is not at 70%. First of all, it is not for me or any other supplier. It is a general standard working and the standard calculations. So the transformer efficiency of an energy efficient transformer, specifically BIS rated transformers, are falling between 40 to 50% of the rated capacity. Now, when we talk about the maximum efficiency at a load conditions, means that is the saturation point where the transformer cannot deliver any further maximum efficiency. So it's a threshold capacity of no load and load losses. So that comes to a threshold capacity of 40 to 50%. And secondly, any energy efficient transformers by default provides efficiency more than 99.15%. So now, as rightly you said during the introduction phase, the energy conservation is the energy generation. So by implementing the BIS rated transformers, we are rather helping to reduce the crunch of power, and where utilization factor is improving in a distribution grid, so that the energy is utilized properly, the losses are eliminated. So the gap between the supply and the utilization, if it is reduced, then the efficiency of the grid is improving, and that is the reason the energy is getting conserved, saved, and conservation is nothing but the generation. So it is also helping to eliminate the power shortage to a other part of the country also. So this is how the situation is being balanced.
And okay, great. And what is the maximum design pressure which this transformer can be loaded? That is a question from Mr. Tapas. Maximum design pressure. Any rough ballpark or any rough number?
This corrugated tank transformers can withstand, but that design should be suitable up to 0.25 kg per cell square.
0.25 kg per cell. Fair enough. Now, there is a question from Mr. Uday Kumarji, whether these transformers are suitable for steel dust area, coal dust area, coal handling plant, like steel and cement, whether it will be suitable for those applications which are...
Absolutely yes, because I'll tell you, we have supplied the transformer in a Middle East cement plant, where see, there is one is a general cement plant and one is the cement plant located in Middle East. So the capacities are even severe and extreme. So we have supplied the transformer of 1.5 MVA capacity in Middle East cement plant. Khaimak area is there. So now there is a sandy atmosphere. All the times the high sand tide comes and extreme weather condition happens. The temperature goes beyond 50 degree. In that condition, the transformer what we have supplied is from last 6 to 7 years. It is happily operating. So the Indian conditions are still, I would say, not to that extent very challenging. So there is no question. It is highly suitable actually.
Okay. A lot of questions. I'll just read it out. Now, again, Mr. Elawa Barsan has asked. Now, this is a very typical questions. If you will, what is the total life cycle cost? Whether you, by adopting your transformers, whether it will lower down the total life cycle cost? If yes, what is the numbers?
So basically, they are trying to ask the operational cost of the transformer
in a life cycle cost, because already they are paying 6% or 8% higher. So by due to lower maintenance, due to these things, so you have also 3,76,000 savings. Okay, great.
Yeah. So we are talking about life cycle cost of the transformer. If we take an example of 2 MVA transformer in distribution segment, then without considering the inflation, without considering the any non-standard incidental expenses, if we go on the buy books and standard operating processes of maintenance and care done by any customer to any normal transformer, the conventional transformer in a span of 20 years, any customer directly or indirectly spends around 3.5 to 4 lakh rupees in 20 years of time. So if we adopt the seal type of transformer, effectively this amount can be saved. That is the meaning. So this is something which is installation cost. You can see here the technological differentiation, operational and preventive maintenance. There are verticals given and comparisons given, intangible benefits, tangible benefit, protections, and general differences. And at par differences, at par situations are also there. So we are not saying that non-sealed is not so good and only hermetically sealed is good. The only difference is there is a technological difference there between the two product line. which ultimately comes to a some sort of tangible benefits and intangible benefits. So and many places where technology becomes the I would say hurdle for connecting the customers. There the no non-seal transformer with the same level of quality standards, reliability, manufacturing process, supplier qualification what we have, it gives the same orientation. So that is the difference. So
Great.
this is the sheet which will talk about which is talking about the operational saving.
Okay, definitely we can share this. This will be helpful for the management to take a call when
Correct.
they are paying a little bit higher. They can always save that money in a life cycle because any transformer can be operated more than 30 years also. No problem. So it is only 20 years. So if you consider inflation, definitely it will be little bit higher also. And now, Pathakji, do you recommend any protection relay or standard relay which has been incorporated can also do? Or any special protection relay you recommend for your transformer?
No.
It's a multifunctional relay, which we call as
Yes,
a DC.
standard multifunctional relay, which is
Yes,
having
yes.
conventional, can also do. No
If
change
we
in.
require that temperature also, then we can provide DZPT to also. That also.
No,
that
OTW.
will also.
OTW.
And
Yeah,
Mr. Tapas
I
also.
will-
Yes. Mr. Tapas
So I
also
think,
wanted to know which terminal bushings are, what type of terminal bushings are used for your transformers? Terminal bushings.
Basically, for outdoor transformer, we have to use porcelain bushings, so it is not exceptional for us. And for cable boxes, for LT side, we are using epoxy bushings. So, and again, the bushings are something which customer can always give the prescription and it can always be followed. Because many places people will have their own requirements. For example, steel plant will have a specific requirement, or maybe cement plant because of the dusty atmosphere will have some high creepage or something. So all those things can be taken into the consideration, and we can offer a customized solution also for that.
Okay.
I think
Mr. Prasadji has asked now
I think,
for outdoor type of transformers in summer season. Let us say he's from Bihar and he's our Central Council member. Temperature is almost reaches 45 degrees centigrade. So, do you any views? What will the temperature rise or pressure rise inside your transformer, or it will be safe to operate the transformers?
It is basically related to temperaturized subject. While during the design of the transformers, we have to taken care of ambient temperature, maximum ambient temperature where this transformer can be installed. Based on that ambient temperature is of oil and winding can be decided, and we can take care in designing while giving corrugation pins in steel transformers, or in conventional transformer we can provide radiators based on that ambient temperature. Here ambient temperature normally in most of the specification maximum ambient temperature specified as 45 degrees centigrade. But recent past of few years, that temperature, ambient temperature has increased to 48, even close to 50 degrees centigrade in Rajasthan area also. So that consideration we have to taken care in design. Even though specifically customer has asked even 45 degrees centigrade, as per designer, we have to consider that ambient temperature more than 45 degrees centigrade based on site location.
Okay. So based on designing parameters, you can design your transformer for any ambient temperature and
Yes.
temperature rise. And
India, for India, it is 50 is a maximum. Even nobody is allowed. I mean, it cannot go also. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. So 50 degrees is the maximum ambient temperature. I think, Science Hub, we can continue with the next slides, and by the time more and more questions can also come. And then
with the pressure inside the indication of the pressure gauge of the transformer.
In case of higher temperature, what will the pressure? The pressure will also increase because of, or
No,
it will be taken care by the
temperature gauge is different. The pressure gauge is different. So temperature values are reset by OTI WTI, and once the temperature is touched, the alarm and trip can be done. And the pressure gauge, I think we have told already. it is 0.15.
kg per cm square. Our tank will be suitable for 0.25 kg per cm square.
Yes. So the temperature is linked with the temperature rise in the winding and oil, and pressure is talking about the any abnormalities within the transformer which need to overcome. So 0.15 is the set values in the PRV and 0.25 is the design of the tank.
And of course, any
It means,
will happen definitely that
sir,
thermodynamically
one question. One
Please
question,
go ahead,
please. Sir, actually, what is happening? Actually, it means you are keeping the pressure positive inside the chamber. That I want to say.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it is if customer wants to increase the value, preset value beyond 0.15, they can do that. No?
Normally, as per standard, a corrugated tank will be suitable for 0.15 kg per cm square. But consideration of all possible combinations and all considering all site conditions, we are designing a tank suitable for 0.25 kg per cm square. And before, during operation, when pressure is increases inside the transformers, instead of bulging up the tank or blast of tank, that pressure relief valve which we have provided inside the transformer, that will operate, and it will save that.
So he's asking at 100.
Actually, what you have said. Actually, what you have said, you are keeping the inside pressure vacuum. That is not true. That just I wanted to say. You want once you are keeping the vacuum and then filling the liquid or oil, and then it will. It will not be minus pressure inside the chamber. It will be plus side.
No, you are, I think, mixing the two things. One is a oil filling process, which I explained, that is different. Now, second is when the oil is filled in the transformer, then the oil itself will have its own pressure in the transformer tank. And secondly, when oil will expand after the heat proposition, then it will add the pressure. So what Sanjay sir has explained, it is basically the capacity of handling the pressure in the transformer tank on the loading conditions. Because imagine when the first fill oil only, if it is tripping, then of course it will not sustain. So the oil will fill, it will expand, and that expanded pressure will be handled. And beyond that, if it is not useful for a transformer life or health, then it will throw it away. So that threshold point is 0.25.
Yes.
And the precautionary set value, because many people don't want to go to the extreme limit in a very first step. So we can keep it just below the maximum capacity. As we discuss about the loading also, which should be 80 to 90%. So the same way pressure is also kept little lower for giving a tripping concept, so that we can also diagnose that what has gone wrong in the transformer. So that is how it can be handled. And now I think we can
start the next slide, and we'll be closing by 1 o'clock. So I request you to be very little bit faster. And anybody want questions can straight away put in the chat box. We'll take few questions in the latter.
Correct. And please don't miss out for sharing your contact number, so that my team is noting down, so that we will not by today, but by tomorrow or next week, we will definitely address your individual questions also, because we have to anyway connect on the upcoming platforms and upcoming days. So now we are moving to a next phase of our presentation, how to counter the voltage fluctuations. So now we normally the transformer specifications, I am not particularly talking about any customer consultant or utility board, but normally it comes with the very practical approach, with a very common approach of copy paste, or just specifications are moving since ages. So plus or minus 15, we hear 90% cases. But ideally, the situations of last 5 years and today, there will be a tremendous difference between the loading of that particular grid. Many additions of the new users must have came to that particular grid. The expansion happens, the loading differences, the voltage drops changes, the condition changes. So it is important for any new customer or any new expansion project or any new facility development. We have to make a survey that what is the minimum and maximum voltage fluctuation level in that particular grid. So whether it is falling to option 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that we have to see whether +5 -15, +10 -10, +15 -10, like that. And then it is to be confirmed to the transformer manufacturer who is sharing the offer, so that it can be taken in the design stage and in the offering stage only. Otherwise, when the transformer is delivered, then normally many people calls and confirms that our transformer tap changer is stuck up at one position, it is not moving ahead. That means the tap range is not appropriate. So that is the one vocal working we have to do. And as an energy audit also, we have to see that whether the given tap range is in line with the fluctuations of the grid or not. Secondly, after the tap range, the sensitivity also to be defined very properly as a requirement of the customer. So these all tap range can be kept in a step of 2.5% or 1.56% or 1.25%, which means the every 275 volt the tap will change, or every 171 volt the tap will change, or every 137 volt. Same for 33 kV, which is very higher side because 11 to 33 changes happens. So whether the 412 volts are sufficient for changing, or it is or if it is too, because the fluctuation will also increases the number of tap operations. So customer has to define its comfort and the minimum requirement. If they are okay with 2.5% and less operation in the OLTC tap and better consistency and balance between the fluctuations and the number of operations, they can go for 2.5% also. So I'm just giving an example. So this has to be done, and summary and conclusion has to be defined before approving the drawings and confirming the requirement to the OEM, so that OEM can give appropriate design instead of giving their own designs which is ready with them and give a low delivery time and just deliver the product in time, and then on site it will make an issue. So that kind of situation we can really avoid in such cases. So left hand side, it is just a given of briefing about the different taps, how they are differencing as per the different tap changes. Now we are talking about options available for flange mounted OLTC. So externally mounted OLTC, we are using CTR as one of the options, which is having a standard model, and we are using the on-load gears compact model. So basically the difference is in this, you can see it is quite compact and tiny and very optimized design. So this OLTC has a inbuilt AVR. Secondly, the oil content is also low because the size has been optimized. For example, in 33 kV, I think 500 to 600 liters of oil is there.
700 liters.
700 liters in 33 kV model of OLTC CTR1, and in 33 kV OLG model it is hardly 150 liter, less than 150 liter. So there are differences in between the two. Secondly, this will have an inbuilt AVR. So externally remote operating device or the RTCC panel is not compulsory. If we give the auxiliary supply to this AVR from the transformer panel, LT panel or something outside, then without even connecting the RTCC panel or ROD panel, the OLTC automatic operations can also start. Only if we want the remote operations, then this ROD is required. So this is the difference.
And this ROD can be, you can install in your indoor panel also.
Yes, indoor panel room, it can be
Indoor
installed
panel room,
as an
yes.
external one. So this is the two difference. And then we are having two more options. So we have total 4 options in OLTC. So flange mounted, external mounted, we had two options. And for in-tank OLTC, we do have 2 options. So one is a L-type tap changer, which is manufactured by SNMR company, which is located in Chennai. And there is one more imported OLTC is also there, which is nothing but the Eco tap. So this, first of all, we'll finish this. This is a L-type tap changer. So L-type means it is just like a L. So it is installed just beside the core coil assembly. So here it is R by B. Beside that, the OLTC is inserted from the top and it is kept inside the tank, so that the external area we can utilize for giving the cooling fins of the transformer. The good part is that the operational maintenance of OLTC reduces up to 40 to 45,000 operations for this OLTC. Now, this EcoType OLTC is another upgradation version of the in-tank OLTC. Now, this EcoType OLTC means it is a linear movement happens for this OLTC. So it is installed on the top of the core coil assembly, and that is the reason the linear movement happen with a very compact design. So if you take off-circuit transformer and OLTC transformer, you will not find any difference in the sizes. Only the height will increase by 200, 300 mm.
Yes,
that
length and width will remain same if we compare with off-circuit tap changer.
Yes. The SNMR based OLTC is very popular in India. It is widely adopted by utilities and many customer places across the private industries also. And EcoType OLTC is widely used internationally, which is very popular in power transformers also, in distribution transformers also. So this is one more options we can offer if in any case customer wants to go with the exceptional quality and a very premium product.
It's a high-end technology, basically.
Yeah.
Technological product.
Yes, it is advanced and high-end technology which can be offered. So now, just to give you the CTR OLTC, for example, if it is having X is the cost, then the compact OLTC will have a 0.9x cost. So there is a difference because there is optimization happens. So thanks to the technology which is reducing the cost here, normally it goes the other way. And now instead of X cost, this L-type tap changer will become around 1.1x. And then this Eco tap changer will become straight away 2x or maybe 2.5x or 3x as per the different models, different tap changer, different tap positions and voltages also. So these are the differences we have. Now, just to show you the product line, what we have when our engagement in the renewable sector, we have done the type testing for 3.6 MVA specifically for wind segment. And that is the reason we have supplied so far more than 3.6 MVA 33 transformers and 3 MVA more than 40 transformers we have already installed in the renewable grid, which has contributed to a capacity of 300 megawatts. So this 3.6 MVA is mainly for 3.3 megawatt of wind turbine, and 3 MVA transformer is mainly utilized for 2.7 megawatt wind turbine. So this is the difference. Then these are the product line what we have. Even we have a 950 kVA transformer suitable for 800 kilowatt wind turbine. This is really old one where we have supplied more than 70 numbers of transformers, and that is how we have completed around 300 megawatt installed capacity. And then we are catering to all the segments already in India, already internationally. So it is a well-established network for us. And now we are moving to a third and the last segment of our presentation, which is nothing but the eco-green and fire-safe transformers. So basically, eco-green and fire-safe transformers are nothing but the oil what we use in the transformer is nothing but the vegetable oil, and it is extracted largely from soya seeds, because soya seeds are the productive crop where the esters can be formed, and it is also electrically produced in such a way that it will withstand to a defined properties of the natural ester oil. So let me also share you that the manufacturer of one of the OLTC, one of the oil, which is Cargill India, who is supplying FR3 oil to us, they are also joined this meeting, as we are working very strongly as a strong partner for supplying this ester oil to the Indian networks. So one of our supplier is also part of this meeting, and if anything is required, he can also be a part of question answer session. So just to spell out the experience that we have in the ester oil, eco-green and fire safe transformers, our journey started very early in India, around 13-14, where Tata Power wanted to introduce this technology, and they contacted our French team, and then they said that we have a factory in Pune, you go and meet them. That is how the discussion happens. And first transformer we supplied, that is of 630 kVA, and they have experimented this transformer in India very first time, because the first transformer of power is supplied by another manufacturer, and distribution is supplied by us in India. And then these practices got continued for another 2-3 years of time, where we have supplied more than 30 transformers to Tata Power. And eventually we realized that why we are keeping ourselves limited to Tata Power, we should open this product to a large retail industry and private segment. So after we relaunched this technology with the formal color code and formal design standards and uniformity, and then we have crossed more than 125 MVA installed capacity supply in this product range. And the further development is that our topmost supply rating of 3 MVA capacity, it is already been type tested in CPRI, which we exported to Bangladesh in 2021. So now you will surprised to know that we are talking about the mineral oil field transformer loading should be restricted 80 to 90% of the capacity. However, we are offering dual rated transformers with this eco-green concept. Now, dual rating transformers means a transformer can be offered with 110% of the rated capacity as a enhanced loading capacity. However, with the change of insulation from class A to class B with natural ester oil, the class B insulation even encourages the loading capacity to go up to 120% of the rated capacity, which we have already type tested. So basically a 2 MVA transformer, for example, with the base of 2 MVA transformer here as a capacity of baseline, it can go up to either 2200 kVA with class A insulation or 2400 kVA. And this can be practically achieved and it can be adopted. Only you have to understand one thing, that the base rating of the transformer will be operated with the best temperatures. For example, 2 MVA transformer at 50 degree ambient is operated at 50-55 degree, and the 2.2 MVA transformer, for example, will be operated at 70-75 degree. So the temperatures will be a differentiating factor on the transformer loading of the transformer. So in this case, your OTI-WTI setting will have to be changed. Otherwise, it will give a trimming command to your breaker if you are overloading the transformer. So here what is happening, even if the transformer is overload, because the natural ester oil has a fire point of above 300 degree, which is 360 degree. That is the reason the transformer oil can even deal with the high temperature situations also. That is the reason, even if the overloading happens, the oil and the transformer will not come in a panic situation, and it will still able to deliver the power without any excuse from the life expectancy, or without deteriorating to a insulation strength of the transformer. So now these are the briefing with the features of natural ester oil. So it offers the 20% more load capability.
आप देख लीजिए, we can close early. अब थोड़ा we are running out of time.
Yes. So now we are just on a closure this thing. So we'll just move as quick as possible. So here you can see the mineral oil is having 160-degree fire point, and the natural ester oil having 360-degree as a fire point. So it is completely biodegradable. So these are the features. Again, the oil has a fire point of 300-degree. It is biodegradable, non-toxic, non-inflammable, non-hazardous, and it helps to absorb the moisture from the transformer. And it is approved by GRIHA also, Green Habitat Government of India. So it's a GRIHA is the body for certifying the green certifications of the different products. So this ester oil is also approved by GRIHA and also approved by FM Global, which is nothing but the agencies, international agency for certifying the hazardous and non-hazardous products, and it's also UL certified. So the oil are also complying the IC standards and IS standards, and it is also complying the BIS standards of IS 1180 Part 3. So it offers the continuous loading, and then it can be offered in class A or B. It can be also offered with off-circuit and OLTC configurations. So we have type tested the highest capacity of 3 by 3.7 MVA in CPRI itself. So it ensures the safety of transformers either as a source of fire or a victim of fire. So in both the cases, this EcoGreen and fire-safe transformer is adopted. So this is the difference of mineral oil and natural ester oil, and one more oil which is synthetic ester oil. So we are also encouraging customers and the energy auditors to encourage more and more natural ester oil, so that the fire hazard is eliminated from the power network, and the green power can also help us to deliver a risk-free and fire-free power as an approach, including the environmental benefits, because this oil is completely vegetable oil. It is non-toxic and non-hazardous. So even if it is comes out of the transformer, it will not harm to the environment, to the insects, and it will help. There is no soil pollution will happen. So it is very, very beneficial in all the aspects. So you can also see few examples. The technological upgradation in India, what we are already doing. The old transformers of a conventional design with the havoc of oil leakages issues and limitations to a sizing and many other things. A 1000 kVA transformer of the same foundation, we have installed a 2000 kVA transformer in 2019, and these customers, we have the performance report also with us. Secondly, again, one more 1000 kVA conventional transformer, we straight away change to natural ester based hermetically sealed transformer, and this transformer is already running at 110% of the rated capacity. Even I can share you the contact details of the customers and all. So it is already there in Mumbai, and it is going on fantastically. Third point is that this is one more example of changing the conventional transformer for indoor installation, and it is delivered with the EcoGreen transformer. And this particular site of Taloja MIDC in Mumbai, the dry type transformer is replaced with the EcoGreen transformer, because dry type transformer was unfortunately with the manual off-circuit tap links, and we could give the ester field OLTC transformer along with this. So here you can see the OLTC from the OLG compact model, and this could help customer to eliminate the fluctuations in the power network. And you can also see two more old foundations which has replaced the old transformers from customer, and straight away the 2 new transformers of EcoGreen and FireSafe, they are installed in Mumbai, and this is from Gujarat, where 3.6 MVA new facility is installed with this new concept. So it is already have taken a good shape. As I said, 125 MVA plus we have already done the installation. So this is just a few slides that are encourage a customer to use it more and more in the benefit of society. And many utilities in India already using this and already promoting and already encouraging to maximize the uses of natural ester oil in Indian market. So many utilities, MSCTCL, Tata Power, Torrent Power, Adani, Jetco, JVBNL, BSES, KPTL, BHEL, NTPC, all are encouraging these natural ester oil uses with the obvious reasons of safety and no risk and all that, environmental benefits and all. Then we do have a compact substations as a customized product line, which we can discuss on case-to-case basis for each and every customer and each and every project. And just to give you in 2 minutes summary, the Indian industrial facilities what we have a state-of-art manufacturing facility with world-class solutions. So this is our Pune-based factory, which I'm inviting every individual, whenever you are in Pune, just contact us and visit our factory on academic grounds, so that you will understand the best infrastructure available in India, as in case of Europe, so that the world-class product can be delivered from this world-class factory. We have an in-house cutting machine for CRGO. Then we have winding machines which are rated for 5 MVA. So the strip winding machine is also there for MV and LV. Then we do have a foil winding machine, which is also catering the foil size of around 600 mm. Then we do have a core coil assembly oven for demoisturization process. Then we have oil filtration plant in the factory to ensure that all the foreign particles are taken out and the oil brings to the best of its form with the best of the BDV value, which is close to 80 kV, and the ppm level, we are ensuring that it is less than 3 ppm in the factory, which is negligibly 0, so that no moisture oil is filled in the oil. And then once the oil filtration is done in parallel, I explained this point that the transformer kept inside the vacuum chamber, and then the shutter is closed. Then the oil filling starts with this oil filling gun. You can see these oil filling guns are inserted in the oil filling pocket, so that the operation is not manual. It is more of a automized control circuit, so that the oil filling happens, the oil filtration happens, the filter oil is filled in the transformer. Once the filling is over, the transformer is taken out and it is connected to the pressure test. And then we have an in-house test facility to test every single transformer. Rather, we have a 2 test bed. One test bed is for small ratings and one test bed is for big ratings, where we are completely testing all the routine tests, special test also, and type test also. And last but not the least, thanks to our customers in India, internationally, these are the mainly from India. You will find all the corporate names, all the customers who have been trusting us and who have adopted this technology. You will find many government names also there. Many export houses names are also there. And you will find exceptionally some OEMs who are using our transformer in the benefit of the product itself. So Crompton Greaves and ABB and L&T and Schneider, Hager, all these OEMs are using our transformer, along with all the educational sector, hospitals, industries, malls, multiplexes, hotels, industries. So different type of textile industries, steel plants, cement plants, agriculture, and diversified sector, you know. So you can find there are plenty of names are there. Pharma industry is also there. Automobile is also there. Government utilities are also there. BESCOM we have supplied. Goa Electricity Board we have supplied. Indian Central Defense sector, which is DRDO, we have supplied more than 50 transformers. Indian Railways we have supplied. BARC we have supplied. So you can name the customer we are there. So now we are trying to focus more on the eastern market. That's why we are now having a person in Odisha. We have a salesperson in Calcutta, and we are now tapping more and more customers. So many dialogues are going on with Birla Corporations and Bikail Steels and Anmol Biscuits and Anmol Industries, Jindal also, and thanks to one of the person from Ambuja Cement also, who is a part of this meeting. So this will always encourage to demonstrate the merits of the product to a diversified sector in India, especially in Eastern India, what we are trying to focus now. So this is the reason we have participated in this meeting, and I'm thankful to all the participants for giving an interactive and supportive role in this interactive session. And definitely we will not leave here. We will definitely add one more session if the situation permits and the demand comes from all the users, so that we can also go one step ahead, and we can take exclusive session on the question answers, where the more and more academics and practical questions can be addressed. So over to Swain sir, and thank you for your support, and your support in the middle of the sessions also, for handling the questions and giving the briefing time to time. So over to Swain sir for summary and conclusion.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Nikhil ji. And you can, okay. You can stop sharing. Yes. Now, very wonderful sessions and very wonderful presentations, very nicely drafted. Not only you talked about your company, your product, but also you shared a lot of eco-green products and how this your product can be helpful for Indian market, how the total life cycle cost, which we auditor normally talks, can be reduced, and a lot of takeaways from these presentations. And I, of course, feel that this is a business meet, so product presentation is a must, and definitely you have also made a lot of awareness on the technical front as well. And I feel there are a lot of entrepreneurs, there are a lot of professionals, and who will like to become a lead generator. Definitely we'll have a separate discussion with Nikhil ji. In Mission Sustainable India, we feel that a cohesive and a collective approach is required. A product manufacturer cannot go which is inventing and new products. He has to depend upon energy professional, energy auditors, and so that his product can reach to the masses. And automatically we have studied about market transformation for energy efficiency. Now once the product position goes up, if the capacity goes up, definitely the cost will come down, and definitely it will be helpful the Indian market, so that everybody can have this product. And so I feel we will have a separate session also in near future, and we have a new business network, and we feel that everybody, not only in technical, we also give certain business to our energy professional and energy auditors, and so that it will be unique for the OEMs as well as the person who are going to the field, and they can really explain these things to their industries, their client, their customer, and can have certain business lead, and there will be certain revenue sharing between OEM and the energy professional or the lead generator who will be working at front, and that MSI will take care and will have certain kind of MOU, and definitely will share those who will be interested for those lead generations, and they can write to us, to MSI, to Trust or IMP or to Shailaja Madam. So definitely, so that it will be win-win for everybody. And lot of takeaway, Nikhil ji, your team, and very immensely thankful. With this closing note, let us close these sessions. It is wonderful. Almost 80 people have registered and 60 people is throughout the sessions. Few people are going and coming, but almost 80 people are joined. And I hope they will be immensely benefited from these sessions. And definitely we'll be in touch through our social media, through our emails, networks. And I request every energy professional to become member of IMP, support this mission, Sustainable India, support the mission secretariat. They can get a lot of information from Salajaji and others, and mission secretary or your IMP zonal coordinators. With this, I thank you, Nikhilji, and your team. And with this, we close these sessions.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for have a good time and take care, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.